there. Welcome to season 3, episode 1. We are actually going to make an attempt at an autumn scene. This is going to be an autumn scene with reflections. I seen a painting of it, and I'm like, wow, that would be great to do. So follow me as I make an attempt at this painting. Thank you guys for viewing the other video. I apologize. It cut off because a call came through. Didn't know it, so I had to basically cut it and just kind of edit it. So this time we're going to make another attempt at it. So what I have on the screen now, it's an 18 by 24 canvas. This is the kind you get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And what I did was, and I mean, if you're like me, we're not rich. We're not loaded with, open amount or endless amounts of money. So we're going to try. I seen it. I'm going to go ahead and get into some. So right now on the canvas, I have liquid clear at the bottom because that's going to be our reflection. And then I have liquid white at the top. We're going to start off. I have all my colors on the screen. So this is bright orange. I think it's just cadmium orange. Sienna, burnt sienna. Cadmium yellow. No, this is cadmium yellow. This is, I think it's Indian yellow. This is alizarin crimson, phthalo blue, Van Dyke brown, midnight black, sap green, and titanium white. So we're gonna give it a stab. So let's just see how it turns out. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna set the easel down because I paint better, and we're just gonna take a. We're just going to dab. We're just going to start at the top. As you can see, when you put it on, it gets lighter because it mixes with the... And because I don't have the canvas screwed down, it's gonna shift. I know it's going to be annoying. Let's see. I don't know. I'm hoping I can. So, and it's light, so that's what. And you might get some hairs on there. I have some new brushes, by the way, that I'm going to be able to use. So, and then if we come here, I'm just going to bring the color down to the water. So we're just going to okay. So you really want to leave some. I'm going to try to blend in this part right here. What you do is you really want to kind of keep that area as light as you can. We're going to bring that sky down just a little bit. Yeah. You don't want it to be. So what the liquid clear does, where the white, if you look in the sky, it does, I'm thinking maybe it's a little too bright, sorry. So as you look in the sky, okay. If you look in the sky, you don't want it to really distort it, but the liquid white so that's kind of, I mean, I'm not really looking at clouds. I like the sky kind of the way it is. Yeah, because that's kind of what you want. You don't really want it to be, you know, because with the autumn colors or the fall colors, you really want it to be pretty distinct. So since we have our sky, what we're going to look for, we're going to look to make some trees. So I have to find my fan brush. And I don't want that kind of a fan brush. The fan brush makes really, really good trees. Or you can go, you can use this brush. It's, yeah. No, that's actually, I gotta throw that out. That's actually stiff. Sorry. I'm just probably got to use my fan brush. I have some brand new Bob Ross brushes. So I'm so scared to use them. As you can, this is a blender brush. All of my new Bob Ross brushes I haven't used yet. So all the paintings I've done have been with chip brushes, old Bob Ross brushes. Like I have this big brush. This is actually a stain brush. So all these paintings you see here have been made with brushes like this. They're just like, they're chip brushes. So yeah, so I mean it works, but if I'm telling you, I go with as cheap as I can get, but it still makes a pretty picture. So is this? I'm just looking for. Come on. Let me see. I'm just looking for the. I don't know where. I might have to go with this. The smallest brush. Okay. We're gonna go with this. So what I saw, I'm gonna go with a different technique. I'm gonna try to do black and green. And so these are gonna be distant trees. If you notice that it's two-tone, because I want to make it straight across. Now, most of these will be hidden by other trees. So yeah, so all right, as you can see, this is our row of trees. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna probably do a little bit. I want to get darker trees, so I may mix. So this is when you can blend. So this is where you get your knife. So obviously you can see that's really bright. It almost looks like corn, right? So this, I want to take a little green, a little black, and yeah. I'm just trying to mix to make a little darker green. Yeah. I got my little trusty toilet paper roll. So yeah, so now with the same brush, this time I'm gonna actually go like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's so what I want to do now is go over as you can see, it's going to make it darker. Not as dark as I want. Because you can even go like this. So now that I have that, I can go. So you can have different variations of color. There. Okay, that's not too bad. So with that being said, so then what we're looking to do is to go, we need color now. We need like our greens and our fall colors. So what I want to do is I want to start off with, let's see. Do I want to do this? I'm just looking to find, oh, maybe I can do this. So I'm looking for color. So let's start off with oh, you know that's irritating me. Drives me crazy. I want to know if I can wedge something in there because normally I don't have it rattle like that, but I don't know what else to do right now. Or I can hold it. Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna start like our fall colors. I'm gonna do I'm not gonna do the same color as the tree over there. I'm just probably gonna go and run into some, I'm using the same brush. I'm not gonna clean it or anything, and I'll go like this. All right, so then I'm just going to go ahead and you're going to clean off your brush. Yeah, let's see. So that's like the back distant trees, and then we're gonna bring it forward. So like that is trees. I'm gonna go ahead and, so I'm gonna use this brush in a little bit. But what I'm now gonna do is use more of my brushes that come forward. So that's distant. I'm just trying to see, but then we're gonna start like a what I want is I want to do something like, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna set like a horizon. So like it's gonna come out here, and then I'm gonna bring it out this way. It's difficult to describe, so I just have to do it. All right, so let's do. Okay, so it's kind of what we were going for, a little pine tree action, you know. So this one, I'm gonna try to use. So when you're painting like on the fly, and I did have a reference point that I'm looking at, I just want to make sure that it's kind of like, I want to somewhat get it right. So there's, okay, so now, okay. So as you can see, you're kind of seeing what we're looking at. So, um, this I want to do more of a ground. I'm looking at. All right. So what I'm gonna look for, I'm gonna get my. Okay. Whereas I'm looking for my knife. There we go. So what I want to do is I'm gonna kind of get like a little brown. I'm just gonna make a base. So as you can see, as I'm painting, I'm trying to do and then as we come forward there, so I'm going to put trees out like to the back because I'm going to be distant, and the bigger trees are going to come forward. So I'm going to make probably, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to make trees that are, bear with me. I try not to talk because as I'm when I paint, I kind of envision it. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see that. And then, so then I look at, okay, well, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do brown and then this? I can go. So yeah, right now I'm just blocking in color and I'm gonna bring it out this way. So I'm gonna take some of my brown and I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna come out like here. Okay. Okay. So, and as you bring it forward, and then, so now, so because you want to do, because that's what we're looking for, reflections right now. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have to reflect the tree, the green. Okay. Then, so keep in mind, we're going to just stay on this side real quick because I don't want to lose my. So this. Okay. And we got some green. So we have to block in. Keep in mind, we have to block in all these trees because. All right. So yeah, anything that you do here, we want it to reflect. So now what we're going to do is I want to go ahead and just do a reflection. So we're going to actually, let's put another big tree in. I'm going to actually put a darker color. So we're going to go. and you want to bring it down in the water. So what I'd like to do, what I do is now I do the, you can use, because I have this brush that you can use if you want to do like, okay. So I'm just trying to make it I have this brush. I'm just trying to make like, yeah. So you mean it's not going to be perfect. So you just kind of go with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually blend in. Okay. Yep. So as we're making these trees, now, so those are distance. So now we're gonna be bringing them back here. So I'm going to start my reflections. So here, oh, I want to make sure that I got to reflect the trees in the water, right? All right. So I need another fan brush. Because keep in mind, so you have the green, you can't just do the black. You have to do. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I want to go ahead and actually you could probably do it upside down. So I could probably get some green. Yeah, so. All right, so that's as good as it's gonna get. Now, nobody said your artwork's gonna be perfect. Mine is not perfect by any stretch of the means. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to cut in a waterline because you need to show. So now I'm going to try it. So when you're doing reflections, you don't really want to just jab, and you want to do light. You want to go like this. You want to go, actually, you know what? I want to put another tree in there. Before I do that, I'm trying to, all right. So, so I'm going to now do, okay. So, okay. Yeah. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but then you're going to want to pull it down. And you want to get, and then you want to go like this. See how that works? You can either leave it like that, which I like it, but then to really make it stand out, they say go like this. Okay. Okay. So as you can see the reflections, it's going to reflect. You want to do this. This is, so we got our reflections. We really want to, as you can see it. So the distant trees, I didn't want to put mountains. I just really wanted it to stand out. So when you make bigger trees, you don't really want to block what you've done. A lot of painters actually block out the, what you've created. And we're not going to do that. I'm just want to see, look at the time. So we're going to make another peninsula, but we're going to have it to where we're going to bring it out here. We're going to like bring another peninsula with some trees. And let's see. Make sure you clean off your brushes really well. Now keep in mind, I haven't tapped into my Bob Ross brushes yet. So what I'm doing is I'm just bringing the land out here. And you can do that with the brushes because as you can see, I kind of want to, it's almost like just an, yeah. So as you can see, and then we're going to do more trees and we're going to have different colored trees. So that's what I'm looking at now. So I really don't want to disturb this, and I really don't want to disturb this, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to bring out some different colored trees so we can, so we want bigger trees. Let's see. So I should have made the trees go away. So when you're creating these, like I just added that tree, kind of wanted to fill that space. You can just go like this, right? Yeah. So that's basically what I did was I kind of, I'm going to cover that up with some real So whenever you do something, you're like, yeah, it's okay, because when you're painting like that, and you can actually put up here too. Yep, you can put it in the water. It's fine because all you're doing is creating another plane. So Yeah, if you don't like something, if your paint's be like, you know what, I don't like how that turned out, you can always fix it. You just cover it up. How you do that is you make a darker tree, or you block it out. So like me, I've learned that you could, like, let's say I don't like that, so then you can block it. Okay. And then I want to make some stones. So you like this. So I'm gonna make like a boulder. Yeah. So whenever you make, or if you think it's, if you, let's put it this way, if you don't like what you've created, then you can actually go back. So you block it in, right? And then you go ahead and put maybe a little bit of brown. And then you go like this. You can even use the smaller side of the knife. Right. So then you can make a boulder, kind of hide it. We're gonna block in those trees, and then what we're gonna do is you'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some grass, not literal grass, but I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. So then with that, then you're gonna go ahead and do probably some bright orange. So I've already blocked in this tree, right? So we've gotten. I didn't like the reflection, so I just basically put this tree, and I'm gonna put. I mean, you can correct anything. You don't have to if you don't like it. So, I mean, what you could do is you could probably just go and just like, I'm going to destroy the board, but don't do that. So, with some liquid, and let's see, I want to go ahead and go do something light. sometimes when they say, "Oh, use liquid white," you can, but sometimes it doesn't work the way you want. So now I got to figure out. It's like, how do I fix that? Best thing to do is use green and yellow. Not green and yellow, green and hmm. So there you go. You just cover it up. Just cover it up. I mean, you can cover it up with whatever. It's fall colors. You got bushes coming out of the woodwork. You got rock down there. So now, what are we gonna do on this side? This side. So this is where you get your little. This is where I'm gonna try to do this where it makes sense. So when in doubt, okay. All right. So when you make your tree, you push everything else to the back. That's kind of what I was looking for, but now I actually got to go ahead and. You know, when you're painting, you're kind of like, okay, you're the artist. You can do whatever you want. So it may not. It may seem like, maybe not that you don't know what you're doing, but you can do whatever you want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a bright orange, and I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use, believe it or not, I'm going to use a bigger fan brush. So, actually no, I'm going to use a filbert brush. That's what they're called, filbert. Actually, no, I'll use this. So, so you're just going to put, yeah, you don't have to fill them all out, but you just put them. Yeah. Yep. So you're gonna be like, I don't know. I just like doing it. So you're gonna get creative, and you're gonna go, and you're gonna go, yeah. Make all the sounds. I don't know. I just like doing it. A lot of the things I do right now, I didn't plan on it. I just saw a picture. And you just, you gotta make it look decent. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're looking at, and I'm gonna fine tune it. We're probably at about 55 minutes. But yeah, I like doing it, and since I enjoy what I'm doing, I want to make sure that I keep doing it. And like I said, do whatever makes you happy. I mean, you may not like some of the stuff you do, and as you're doing it, you may be like, man, I don't like that. But as you can see, I didn't like this. I turned it into bushes, a little rock, some grass, and I'm gonna tell you what else I can do. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to make, you know, you want to make like little wispies of grass. I know it sounds stupid, but so I'm going to move this, and I'm going to put this like that, and then I'm going to put the lid back on. But I do appreciate you guys sticking with me. That's kind of what I'm looking at. That's basically the picture, and I know sometimes I don't finish. I was going to block out color, but I don't want to do that. I want to just, I'm going to use the old, here we go. I want to go like this. Yeah. So you just make your little tufts of grass. And then on the other side, because we're not going to leave this unfinished, I'm going to put some big stones. And then I'm going to mix it. I'm just going to put this big stone right here. Look at that. Look at that. That actually came out better than I thought. Yep. All right, so that is... So then we're going to put some shoreline. So now the last, so now you can see there's reflection here, right? There's water, so you need this tree as a reflection. So how you do that is, you don't really want to use a lot of color. And I used a lot of color in this last one, but I don't want that. There we go. There we go. A little color. But the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put a... We're going to do one more thing here. We're just going to do a tree, we're going to highlight, and we're going to call this done. Right, so I'm just going to take some brown. If we folded this up, how would it look? It's got to go like this. And then we're going to put some if it reflected. This came down. All right, one more last reflection. Let's do this. Nope. I want to use one final. Here we go. Let's use this. All right. So that is our finished painting. I really appreciate it. Tried to do it under an hour. Like I said, you do whatever you want to do. And if it turns out the way you want, perfect. But I'll tell you this, enjoy what you do. I certainly do. And like I said, sometimes it turns out the way you want. And it didn't turn out too bad. I'll post this. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. And thank you very much. You guys have a great night. Bye.